In fact, by the way, I got to tell you, a new thing happened with Ronald Carrari. You can insert this and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Just today, the public defender called him, who was appointed only for the last hearing, which was just a few days ago, because he fired the guy who was deliberately losing his case, a guy named Dunkel, who worked for Robert Sanger, Swinson, and Dunkel. And he finally stood up and fired him right before sentencing, all right? Now they got to give him till December 21st to find a new one. But he's got to report November 30th just to tell the judge who his new attorney is. Well, that's only about 2 weeks to get a new attorney. Well, good attorneys, like Murphy or Elon Funky Ballou, you don't just pick them up in 2 weeks. They already got other clients lined up, and it may take a while. So just today, what happens is he gets a call from the public defender, says, hey, I'm putting it on schedule for this coming Monday, a week before November 30th, but you don't have to be there. Well, that's an open invitation to have the judge arrest him for not appearing in court. I'm going to be there Monday morning on the 23rd of November in Judge Flores's courtroom. And if nobody else knows, I heard it with my ears, and it's on the master audio tape. He was only his public defender for that day, for that specific hearing. So this whole thing doesn't have to happen. But it looks to me like the public defender's trying to set up Mr. Carrari to go in handcuffs for not showing up for a hearing that his own public defender is telling him you don't have to show up for. Then he won't be able to find a good defense attorney. Because in my mind, both the second trial and the first trial should be obliterated because his own attorney did not bring up the one key thing. The police came at him with guns drawn. He was home peacefully working on his property, on his car. They had no search warrant at that point. That makes the Sheriff's Department of Santa Barbara thugs because they're aiming and brandishing weapons at a man who's peacefully working on his own property. Later, after they create a standoff, they print Judge McGregor, who I just saw today in another trial. They print his name on a warrant. If we start letting the cops write the judge's name in on a warrant, we're in serious trouble in America, people. I have a big issue with that. And I can't wait to get Judge McGregor here on the show to explain why that's okay. Because I don't think it's okay. I think that one extra step where cops have to go to a judge, explain why this guy is so dangerous. We've got to shut down Highway 101 for 2 hours, point a .30 caliber machine gun at his back door, which if they had fired it would have put bullets flying right through the 101, putting the public at risk. And then right after they tear gas his house and put him in jail, I'm talking about Ronald Carrari, not Mr. Birdman here. After they do that, a witness says he sees one of the sisters that needed a restraining order driving on his property. And shortly after that, the documents for the family Carrari trust disappear out of his house. The cops left his house open, so anybody could have walked in, stole his flat screen TV or anything. But the only thing was missing was the big envelope with the family trust documents. Hello? This is beginning to look like one of his sisters committed felony trespass while claiming she needed to be protected from her own brother. This story has not been heard in court. The second jury didn't hear it all. The first jury only heard a part of it. And they acquitted him on many charges. But if the warrant issue had been put forward, all this evidence would have been thrown out because it's all tainted. They had no warrant when they started this thing, and Dunkel failed to raise it, even though Mr. Carrari was begging him to. Okay, enough of that because we're going to run out of time. I just thought I'd throw that in, because I won't get another show in before this will be seen. So.